HGTV viewers were surprised when headlines started circulating that Erin Napier and Ben Napier are not legally allowed to host a hometown spin-off. For fans who have followed the couple for years, the wording sounded alarming. Some assumed there was tension with HGTV. Others wondered if the network was quietly pushing them aside. But the truth behind this situation is far less dramatic and far more revealing about how television actually works. Erin and Ben Napier remain the faces of Hometown, a show that helped define HGTV's modern brand. Their calm approach, focus on small-town pride, and genuine connection to the people they help have made them fan favorites. Nothing about that has changed. The confusion comes from the structure of a spin-off series and the legal framework behind it. The spin-off in question, Hometown Takeover, operates under a different production setup than the original show. Erin and Ben are deeply involved in the concept and execution. The way the series is classified legally means they cannot officially be credited as on-camera hosts. This isn't about creative control or popularity. It's about contracts, unions, and how television roles are defined on paper. In simple terms, hosting a show isn't just about appearing on screen. It involves specific contractual designations that affect compensation, credits, and union rules. Because Hometown Takeover is structured as a broader franchise expansion, rather than a direct continuation, those rules limit how Erin and Ben can be presented to viewers. They can guide, mentor, and participate, but not hold the formal title of host. What's important is how Erin and Ben themselves have responded. They've spoken openly and calmly about the situation, making it clear that they understand the reasoning and are comfortable with it. There's no bitterness in their words, no suggestion of conflict. Instead, they've emphasized that their role behind the scenes is just as meaningful, even if the title on screen looks different. This moment actually highlights something bigger happening at 2. At HGTV, the network is increasingly treating its most successful shows as franchises rather than standalone programs. That means spin-offs, expanded formats, and new structures that allow shows to grow beyond their original boundaries. With that growth comes legal complexity, and sometimes that complexity shows up in ways viewers don't expect. For fans, it can feel strange to see familiar faces step back from roles that seem natural to them. But this isn't a removal. It's a redefinition. Erin and Ben are still central to the Hometown universe. Their creative vision, design philosophy, and values remain woven into the spin-off, even if they aren't standing in front of the camera in the same way. This also explains why HGTV was careful in how it presented the spin-off. Rather than framing it as hosted by Erin and Ben, the network leaned into the idea of a broader community effort, guided by their influence. That distinction isn't accidental. It's a reflection of how television branding and legal agreements intersect. What makes this situation worth talking about isn't controversy, it's transparency. Erin and Ben didn't avoid the question. They addressed it directly, trusting viewers to understand that not every change signals conflict or decline. In an industry where silence often fuels rumors, their openness stands out. It's also a reminder that television is changing. As networks adapt to new viewing habits and expand successful formats, roles become more fluid. Being the face of a franchise doesn't always mean being the official host of every spin-off. Sometimes it means stepping into a guiding role that shapes the show without dominating it. So while the headline may sound shocking at first, the reality is reassuring. Erin and Ben Napier aren't leaving HGTV. Hometown isn't ending. And the spin-off isn't a sign of separation. It's a sign of growth. In the end, this story isn't about being legally restricted. It's about how success creates new structures and how trusted figures like Erin and Ben continue to thrive within them. For viewers, that means the heart of Hometown is still very much alive, just expressed in a slightly different way.